CBS News reporter Bo Erickson biting one up to the journalist. I know you'd ask it. I have no response. It's another smear campaign right up your alley. Those are the questions you always ask. USA Radio News.
Welcome to Tax Talk with Hollywood legend Bob Eubanks.
You know, as part of Hollywood for a long time, I've seen my fair share of celebrities get in trouble with the IRS. Well, there's one name. If you owe more than $10,000 to the IRS, you really need to call my friends at the Tax Defense Group. Ignoring the IRS is not the solution. They can garnish your paycheck, levy your bank accounts, seize your home or business. But the Tax Defense Group could put a stop.
At the American Veterinary Medical Association annual convention in Washington, D.C., I spoke with Dr. John Howe, AVMA president, about One Health.
One Health is really a collaboration between physicians and veterinarians or public health officials. For example, in Minnesota, our state public health veterinarian deals with zoonotic diseases, rabies, for example. Animals are sentinels for humans, and humans are sentinels for some infections in animals.
There's more valuable information at avma.org.
Peloton is recalling one of its exercise bikes.
Peloton has issued a voluntary recall on pedals on nearly 30,000 of its exercise bikes because of a laceration hazard. In cooperation with the U.S. Consumer Products Safety Commission, the in-home fitness company announced the recall on its PR70P clip-in bike pedals on Thursday. The federal agency says Peloton received at least 120 reports of pedal breakage. At least 16 involved leg injuries. 5 of those required medical care, such as stitches to the lower leg. The company says the PR70P model features its first-generation bike pedal on bikes sold between July 2013 and May of 16. There's a link on Peloton's site, or you can call their customer support line for a fix. With USA Radio News, I'm Val Dior.
3,000 people were surveyed. Where is the best place to live in the United States? U.S. News looks at the data from the country's 150 most populous metros. The winner? Well, it's a tie between Boulder, Colorado, and San Jose, California. USA Radio News.
You've heard me talking about My Pillow for 3 years, folks. It's the truth. I get the best sleep of my life with a My Pillow. You can do it too. 60-day money-back guarantee, 10-year warranty, made in the USA. You'll sleep well or you'll get your money back. Go to MyPillow.com, click on the radio listener special, use my promo code USA, get 2 MyPillow premium pillows for the price of one, or call 1-800-951-8175. Get the best sleep of your life and do it now.
Thousands of protesters were in the streets of Bangkok, Thailand again Saturday. USA Radio News Wyatt Cox reports.
Unlike Friday's protests, when police used water cannons to disperse thousands of protesters that included children, Saturday's demonstrations were peaceful. Activists managed to stage a 4th consecutive day of protest despite government efforts to thwart them through a variety of actions, including shutting down Bangkok's mass transit systems. Saturday's protests, which were also held in at least 6 cities outside Bangkok, got underway despite Prime Minister Prayut Chan-o-cha's declaration of a state of emergency Thursday. That banned all political gatherings of 5 or more people and made all protesters subject to arrest. I'm Wyatt Cox.
Back here in the States, football star Herschel Walker on Fox News speaks out about the controversy surrounding Hunter Biden's emails.
American people deserve the truth. And right now, if they go into this election with us not knowing the truth, what are they going to think about the American people? You know, I think they're doing this bait and switch. They're bringing up all this racism. They're bringing up all this other stuff when they know, and they've known for a long time, that this was out there. They've known for a long time that this Russian hoax wasn't real. They've known for a long time of all the things that they've tried to do to this president. And right now, there's a lie that they don't even want to address. Nobody want to address it, and it needs to be addressed before the election. There are people that's already have voted, but it needs to be addressed before the election, and let's find out the truth. American people need to know the truth.
USA Radio News.
The opinions expressed on this program are those of the host and do not express the views of WVBF ownership or Hometown Talk Radio. Content aired on all programs are those of the host and their guests. Hey, Joey, what's happening? I mean, what's happening in Middleboro and surrounding towns? It's time for the Middleboro Week in Review with your host, Joey Driscoll. Stay tuned for news, Middleboro News, here on AM 1530 WVBF. Hey, Joey, what's happening?
Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the October the 18th edition of Middleboro in Review. And today is a cold one out there. It's below 32 degrees right now as we speak. 30 degrees in Middleboro, Massachusetts, with a high of 63 today. And it looks pretty good for the rest of the week coming up as well. 66 tomorrow, 72 on Tuesday. So it looks like a pretty nice start to the week coming up. Taunton, 29 degrees right now, 63 for the high, 66 on Monday, 72 on Tuesday. Again, it looks pretty good for the week here in Taunton. We are here at 14 Church Green, Taunton, Massachusetts. Here at WVBF 1530 AM, 99.7 FM. Here on a Sunday. 25 degrees right now in Driscoll, Texas, with a high of 32 today. So it'll be very, very cold. And it looks like there's actually some snow in the forecast for Driscoll, North Dakota. Driscoll, North Dakota. If I said Driscoll, Texas, I don't think I did. But if I said Driscoll, Texas, I'm sorry. It's not Driscoll, Texas. Driscoll, North Dakota. 32 degrees for Driscoll, North Dakota. And snow on Tuesday and on Thursday this week in the forecast. Of course, that could change from day to day, but that is what's in the forecast right now. And now finally, Driscoll, Texas, 91 degrees for the high today. Right now it's currently 70. The next couple of days is going to be in the 90s with a chance of rain on Wednesday. So that is your weather for today, October 18th, 2020. We have a great program for you today. A lot of different subjects to talk about. Talk about sports later on because the Rays are in the World Series. I'll talk about that a little bit. I'm going to read a poem today at about 7:30 during the second segment of the show in memory of my grandmother who passed away this week. So I'm going to read a poem at about 7:30. One of her favorite poems. And some other stuff that we have going on. The state of Massachusetts is putting in a new exit system for highways. And we're going to talk about that too. That's starting up this weekend. They're going to start doing changes coming up this weekend. So we're going to talk a little bit about that too. We have a bunch of events going on as well. We have St. Vincent de Paul's Giving Tree as well that we're going to talk a little bit about. We have the disposable hazardous waste removals that we're going to talk about as well. There's a couple more left. I believe there is 2 left. So we're going to talk a little bit about those. And some other great stuff here on the program. But let's start off talking a little bit about sports. Because like I did say, the Rays have made it to the World Series for their second time in a while. So the American League part of the World Series has been decided. The American League will be represented by the Tampa Bay Rays. Could the Tampa Bay Rays win a World Series? could Tampa win 2 world championships in two different sports? We'll see. I think they have a really good shot at doing so. They have a really great team. They were very impressive against the Astros in a 7-game series. They went 7 games with the Astros and beat them. So it should be a good series, whoever they face in the World Series. Rather it be the Braves, who have some really great young talent, or rather it be the Dodgers, who have some really great pitching talent, as well as some great bats when it comes to home run hitters. So we'll see what happens with that in the next couple of days. Today is Game 7 for the NLCS. The American League Championship Series was last night. The Rays won, like I just said. The Rays 4-2 against the Astros. So, the Rays are awaiting the result of tonight's game. So, it'll be interesting to see what happens there. Moving on to the NFL, because the NFL is going to be very interesting as well over the next couple of weeks. Especially this week, there's going to be some great matchups coming up. The Ravens and the Eagles today at 1 o'clock. The Vikings and the Falcons today at 1 o'clock. Browns, Steelers, that's a really good one. Bengals versus Colts. The Washington Redskins versus the New York Giants. That is always a great rivalry game. Broncos take on the Patriots today, after both teams had a bye week last week. Jets and Dolphins in the AFC East. A battle in the AFC East. Dolphins are looking to beat the Jets. The Bills, I did not mention the Bills. The Bills that's very important. That's also the AFC East. And let's see here. They're in here somewhere. Bills are facing the Chiefs tomorrow. So Monday Night Football. Actually, there'll be a doubleheader of Monday Night Football tomorrow. Chiefs, Bills at 5, and Cardinals, Cowboys at 8:15. So Bills and Chiefs, that's going to be another interesting one to watch because both teams are doing really well right now. Both teams have one loss. Both teams have great quarterbacks, great young quarterbacks who are doing very well. So it's going to be interesting to see. And my pick of the week for games this week is the Packers and the Buccaneers. 2 great quarterbacks, Aaron Rodgers and Tom Brady. Both quarterbacks with something to prove. Tom Brady, of course, left New England during the offseason. He went to Tampa. It would be his first year in his career without Bill Belichick as his coach. And they're off to an alright start. They are 3-2, I believe. So they're off to an alright start. Now, this is going to be a very tough game because Aaron Rodgers and the Packers are out to prove something. Aaron Rodgers has had a very great year so far. He is really on pace to have a monumental year. Packers are definitely, if this continues, one of my favorites to make a deep run in the playoffs. They're very great. They're a very good team right now. So, that's going to be an interesting game to watch. Today at 4:25, Packers and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. So, that is sports for today. Like I said, I have a lot of topics to talk about today. When we come back, because we're going to take a break right now, 7:18 here on WVBF, 1530 AM, 99.7 FM. We are going to talk a little bit about the new Massachusetts exits that are going to be in place or are going to start becoming in place pretty soon. And starting this weekend, they're going to start doing, really installing them. And I will talk about that, and I will talk about which exits are going to be the new exits and other factors like that. And then we will read the poem that I mentioned at the beginning of the show for our next segment. Also, phone lines are open if you want to call in. 508-822-1106. Again, 508-822-1106 is the phone number to call to give your thoughts about any subject I talk about today on the show. So, we're going to take a break. It is 7:20 a.m. You are listening to Middleboro in Review on 1530 a.m., 99.7 FM. You can also listen to us on TuneIn. Search WVBF 1530 AM. And you'll be able to find us on the TuneIn app or on the TuneIn website if you have a computer. Also, you can listen to us on Audio Now. This is an Audio Now number, 605-562-7958. We are also on YouTube, Middleboro in Review, all lowercase, and you'll be able to find all of our programs. We have a couple of months in the show that we haven't posted yet. I am working on that. Today's show will be up the same day. It will be up by 9 a.m. today. So if you missed any portion of the show today, you can go to the YouTube channel, Middleboro in Review, and watch the show from the YouTube channel. And we also have the Facebook page as well. So many ways to listen to us here on Middleboro in Review. So we will be right back, and it is October the 18th, 2020. We'll be right back here on Middleboro in Review. So far, 7:22. I am alright so far. Alright. 403.
Spark Street Auto Body, located at 48 Spark Street in Brockton, Massachusetts, offers the highest quality collision repair and complete auto service for your car. They are a direct repair shop for all major insurance companies. You can reach them at 508-583-1495. They're open Monday through Thursday, 8 to 5, and 8 to 4 on Fridays. Call them today. You will not be disappointed. 508-583-1495.
Combat Veteran Motorcycle Association is an association of combat veterans from all branches of the United States Armed Forces who ride motorcycles as a hobby. Our mission is to support those who have defended our country and freedoms. Our focus is to help veteran care facilities provide a warm meal, clothing, shelter, and guidance, or simply to say thank you and welcome home. We have members from nearly all 50 states and living abroad. Many members continue to serve in our armed forces, with several serving in combat areas now. We sponsor and or participate in many motorcycle-related charity events each year, and as a nonprofit organization, donate to various veteran care facilities and veteran charities. To learn more about the Combat Veteran Motorcycle Association and how you can join or support, please visit cvma2-2.org.
St. Vincent de Paul of Sacred Heart Church in Middleboro serves the residents of the towns of Middleboro, Lakeville, Carver, and Rochester. Our main source of aid to families in these communities is the food pantry. Open twice weekly on Wednesday and Saturday, clients can visit the pantry once a month and shop for their groceries. The pantry is open to everyone during the pandemic. Anyone affected by the COVID-19 crisis is welcome to register as a client with no income thresholds. To register by phone, just call 508-947-1717 and leave a message by selecting option 1. Your call will be returned by a volunteer who will add you to our list of clients. For the homebound or others who are self-quarantined, we will shop for you and deliver the groceries directly to your door. During the pandemic, we have taken all necessary precautions for the safety of clients and volunteers and have managed to remain open throughout the crisis.
Hi, this is Ray Brown, inviting you to tune in to Talkin' Birds, a show about wild birds, birding, and conservation, right here on WVBF, broadcasting from the Taunton Federal Credit Union studios at 14 Church Green. Join us for informative interviews and fun information about birds and birding. It's Talkin' Birds, Saturday mornings at 8 and Sunday mornings at 9, here on WVBF, AM 1530 and 99.7 FM.
Hi, this is Jim Larkin. Hope you can join me every Sunday from noon to 2 o'clock here on WBBF, the Sounds of the Emerald Isle. We'll have some great Irish music, some folk, traditional, country, and contemporary, and sometimes some live singers in the studio, and to make you laugh, some Irish comedy. That's Sundays from noon to 2 right here on WBBF, 1530 Taunton, Middleboro, and on the internet at hometowntalkradio.com.
And we're back here on Middleboro in Review for the 18th of October. Again, if you want to give us a call, talk about any subject I've talked about so far. If you have any thoughts about the new Massachusetts exit signs and what they're going to look like, give us a call. 508-822-1106 is the number. Again, 508-822-1106. Before we get to the Massachusetts exit signs, I want to read a poem. Like I said at the beginning of the show, my grandmother passed away this week, and I want to read one of her favorite poems. It's a poem called Desiderata. Go placidly amid the noise and the haste, and remember what peace there may be in silence. As far as possible, without surrender, be on good terms with all persons. Speak your truth quietly and clearly, and listen to others, even to the dull and the ignorant. They too have their story. Avoid loud and aggressive persons. They are vexatious to the spirit. If you compare yourself with others, you may become vain or bitter. For always there will be greater and lesser persons than yourself. Enjoy your achievements as well as your plans. Keep interested in your own career, however humble. It is a real possession in the changing fortunes of time. Exercise caution in your business ventures, for the world is full of trickery. But let this not blind you to what virtue there is. Many persons strive for high ideals, and everywhere life is full of heroism. Be yourself, especially do not feign affection, neither be cynical about love, for in the face of all arduity and disenchantment, it is as perennial as the grass. Take kindly to the counsel of the years, gracefully surrendering the things of youth. Nurture strength of spirit to shield you in sudden misfortune. But do not distress yourself with dark imagings. Many fears are born of fatigue and loneliness. Beyond a wholesome discipline, be gentle with yourself. You are a child of the universe, no less than the trees and the stars. You have a right to be here. And whether or not it is clear to you, no doubt the universe is unfolding as it should. Therefore, be at peace with God, whatever you conceive him to be, and whatever your labors and aspirations. In the noisy confusion of life, keep peace in your soul. With all its sham, drudgery, and broken dreams, it is still a beautiful world. Be cheerful, strive to be happy. And that was by Max Ellerman. That is the poem by Max Ellerman. 1927. That was my grandmother, Mary Rose Crowley's favorite poem. So, just wanted to read that. It's a really, really amazing poem, and I wanted to read that. So, if you have any thoughts about this poem, and you give us a call, 508-822-1106 is the phone number to call us. Again, 508-822-1106 is the number to call us. And we are going to quickly talk a little bit about the exit numbers in Massachusetts. And we have about 7 or 8 minutes here on the segment for 7:40 before we take another commercial break. What I'm gonna do with this is I'm gonna read the article, and then there is a website for people to visit, and I'm gonna talk about that too, because there is a website to visit about the new exits and where they're gonna be and what numbers they're gonna be as well. And so it's going to be a very interesting next couple of weeks when it comes to that. So the Mass DOT is going to begin changing Massachusetts exit numbers in the Taunton area this weekend. Starting Sunday, October 18th, which is today. Starting today, exit numbers on Route 140 between Taunton and New Bedford will change, but the old ones will remain on signs for at least 2 years. The Massachusetts Department of Transportation on Thursday announced that new milepost-based exit signs on Route 140 between Taunton and New Bedford would be installed next week. So other states are doing this already, that they have exit-based, mile marker-based exits. Some states are already doing this already. The road will become the first in the state to receive mileage-based exit numbers. Starting today, the 18th, exit numbers on Route 140 between Taunton and New Bedford will change, but the old ones will remain on signs for at least 2 years. The exit numbers are being changed by Mass DOT to comply with federal highway mandates, which require mile-based exit signs. Massachusetts is one of 3 states that have not yet begun any sort of conversion to the mileage-based system. Delaware and New Hampshire are the other 2 states. So all the states except here, Delaware and New Hampshire, have not done it. I mean, I have done it. 47 states have done it. Delaware, New Hampshire, and Massachusetts have not. Construction is anticipated to end in the summer of 2021. Multiple public hearings on the exit number conversion were held prior to the COVID-19 pandemic, with the last one held in September. If your daily commute takes you from the Massachusetts Turnpike to Interstate 95, Route 128, get used to getting off at exit 123 instead of exit 14. Heading to Gillette Stadium in Foxborough by way of 95, get used to getting off at exit 19 instead of 9. And like I did mention, there is a website to go on and to see what the new Massachusetts exit numbers will be, and I will say one of them right now, one of the closer ones. If I can get the interactive map up. There's a little interactive map that you can look at. Just go to newmassexits.com. That is NEWMASSEXITS.com. newmassexits.com. And there's some ones here that I will mention that are close to Middleboro and Taunton, the Middleboro and Taunton area. So exit 24 that's going to be the new exit on mile marker 24. That is near Bridgewater area as well. And there's some other ones as well. 7B will now be 19B. So you can, again, go on to this website. There'll be a whole bunch of exit numbers and what the new exit number will be, and the old exit number. The old exit number will be a part of the sign that they put up. So you'll be able to see that as well. So that is quite interesting to see it. Again, the website is newmassexits.com. That is the website that you can go check out the new exit signs and the new exits They have an interactive map, and you can check that out too. If you want to read the article, it's from the Enterprise News as well. You can check out that article as well. Okay, 7:38. We are going to take another commercial break. When we return, we're going to talk about the St. Vincent de Paul Giving Tree again, as we're getting closer to December. We're getting closer to Christmas. I know Halloween and Thanksgiving are still have not happened yet, but sign-ups for the Giving Tree for St. Vincent de Paul have started, and it's good to get the word out for that. So when we return, we'll do that, and we'll have a whole bunch of different things as well. We'll have the hazardous waste removal collections. There are about 2 more that are coming up. One, I believe, on Halloween Day, and the other one in December. So we're going to talk a little bit about that as well. So when we return, we'll do that. 7:39 a.m. here on WVBF 1530 a.m. 99.7 FM. We will be right back here on Middleboro in Review.
Williams Trading Post, in its 71st year of business, is the place to go to get everything you need for your garden and the place to go for antiques. At Williams Trading Post, you can get pumpkins, mums, fall annuals, and much more fall plants and antiques. Call them today at 508-947-1598. Again, the number is 508-947-1598. You can also visit them at 556 William Street in Middleboro, Massachusetts.
Oh. That ended quick. Oh, come on. 2, 4, 3, and
Hi, this is Christine, host of the Morning Wake Up News on WVBF. Beginning at 7 a.m. weekday mornings, I present a fast-paced 2 hours of the latest local headlines, New England sports, and the 3-day weather forecast. I also liven things up with several featured segments, including Little Known Facts with Chaz Allen, Our Daily Bread, The Legal Report with attorney Amy E. Feldman, a checkup on health, and a report on your pet's health as well. Jet Williams will bring you the stories behind the scoreboard with Jetstream Sports, and the USA Radio Network has the latest world and national news. So please join me Monday through Friday, 7 a.m. to 9 a.m. for the Morning Wake Up News. It's all here at AM 1530, WVBF, and 99.7 FM. We are your hometown radio station.
Combat Veteran Motorcycle Association is an association of combat veterans from all branches of the United States Armed Forces who ride motorcycles as a hobby. Our mission is to support those who have defended our country and freedoms. Our focus is to help veteran care facilities provide a warm meal, clothing, shelter, and guidance, or simply to say thank you and welcome home. We have members from nearly all 50 states and living abroad. Many members continue to serve in our armed forces, with several serving in combat areas now. We sponsor and or participate in many motorcycle-related charity events each year, and as a nonprofit organization, donate to various veteran care facilities and veteran charities. To learn more about the Combat Veteran Motorcycle Association and how you can join or support, please visit cvma2-2.org.
St. Vincent de Paul of Sacred Heart Church in Middleboro serves the residents of the towns of Middleboro, Lakeville, Carver, and Rochester. Our base of operations is in the lower level of the parish hall on Oak Street, directly across the street from Sacred Heart Church in downtown Middleboro. At this time, we serve approximately 500 families in our service area, and many of them come to us for various types of aid. This can take many forms and include many of the following programs: utilities and rent assistance, agency referrals, clothing and furniture vouchers, and temporary lodging. For more information, go to svdbmiddleboro.org. May the good Lord bless you and keep you safe.
3, 2, 0, enter. And we're back here on Middleboro Review. It is October 18th, 2020. So, St. Vincent de Paul and their Giving Tree program have started sign-ups. The holidays are coming soon. It is now the time to sign up for this year's Giving Tree program, sponsored by the Society of St. Vincent de Paul. Sign-ups began at the beginning of this month, October the 3rd. The Giving Tree program offers assistance to struggling households living in Carver, Lakeville, Middleboro, and Rochester. The program provides Christmas gifts of clothing and or toys for eligible children from newborn through high school. And one second here. Oh, there we go. 1 second, sorry about that. Chairperson Arlen White is working with a group of volunteers to provide for over 700 gift recipients this year. The plan is for each child to receive 3 gifts of clothing, games, or toys. The Giving Tree program is community-based and depends on local businesses and individuals to help sustain it. Area businesses from each of the 4 towns support the program by requesting gift tags to display on a Christmas tree. Businesses can also distribute tags to employees or patrons who choose to help sponsor a child by purchasing the gift item listed on the tag. The restrictions of the current pandemic have added some new features to the program. Many employees are now working from home and may not be able to get a tag from their company. They are encouraged to donate to the program to fund the gifts. Sign-ups for the Giving Tree will be conducted at the Sacred Heart Food Pantry, located at 53 Oak Street, Middleboro. They will continue on Saturdays from 8:30 to 10:30 a.m. On the first and third Wednesdays of the month, 8:30 to 10:30 a.m., and the second and fourth Wednesdays from 4 to 6 p.m. Registration will end on Saturday, November 21st. Eligible applicants must provide a personal ID, proof of guardianship, birth certificates for each child, and proof of residency, such as a utility bill, bank statement, or a similar document dated within the last 60 days. All applicants are asked to bring a list of suggested gifts and sizes for each child. Families participating in other gift programs are not eligible. Businesses and individuals wishing to make contributions may contact the Giving Tree phone line at 508-658-0114 When mailing a donation, it should be sent to the Society of St. Vincent de Paul, P.O. Box 1381, Middleboro, Massachusetts, 02346. Please put the Giving Tree program in the memo space. So, very important program that they have going on. And they do it every year. And I think it's a great way to give to the community and for people to give to others in need. So we have the hazardous waste collections coming up. There, I believe, have been 4 already. There are 2 left, and I will get the 2 that are left up right now. So, October 31st, and actually October 24th. So there are 3 left. October 24th in Plymouth, October 31st in Weymouth, and December the 5th in Duxbury in Kingston. So there are 3 left. So that will be a very interesting thing to go and do if you have any hazardous waste that you need to get rid of, hazardous materials that you need to get rid of. There are 3 more opportunities to do so. The 24th in Plymouth, 31st in Weymouth, and December the 5th in Duxbury and in Kingston. So, just wanted to mention that as important, and we'll continue to mention that as the weeks go on here on Middleboro in Review. So, there are a lot of events coming up in Middleboro as we are getting closer to Halloween. There are a lot of different events that will be coming up very soon, like the North Congregational Church. They're holding in-person worship outdoors. They did that last week on actually a couple weeks ago, September the 27th. They held a small group of faithful friends gathered on the front lawn of the North Middleboro Church to not only hear the word shared by their pastor, but also be in presence of one another. Those who were not able to attend in person were able to share the same sermon through YouTube, where weekly worship services have been shared during the pandemic. So that is a very good thing that churches are holding in-person worship, even outdoors as well. I think that is a very good thing during the pandemic. And there is some other big events coming up. There is going to be a chance to pick up some chili, and that will be happening this upcoming Saturday, the 24th. Volunteers at NCC will once again be hosting a socially distanced, safe, and delicious to-go dinner, this time at the kitchen at the Little Yellow Church. Will be filled with distinctive and tempting smells of chili. Though the meal will once again not be held inside the church's fellowship hall, it will be available as a curbside pickup only. For just $20, guests will be treated to a chili for 2 meal, which includes a quart of lightly spiced chili, enough for 4 servings, 2 pieces of moist cornbread from the church's renowned chef Mike, and 2 pieces of pumpkin spice cake from the church's renowned baker and pastry chef Katie. Reservations can be made by calling 774-766-0055, at which time you may arrange for a pickup time between 2 and 3 p.m. Payment can be made with Venmo or PayPal, or by check or cash at time of pickup. NCC is known as the Little Yellow Church and is minutes from the Middleboro Rotary at 38 Plymouth Street. Signs at the church will clearly mark the entrance and exit points for the pickup. So a lot of great events coming up that I want to get the word out for, to go and visit. A lot of great events coming up. So 7:54 here on Middleboro Review. What we have coming up here on WVBF is Bread of Life coming up at 8:05 this morning. And the program for today, A Pentecostal Experience. That is the name of today's Bread of Life program, coming up at 8:05, coming up in a few minutes after the news. At 8:30, the Rosary. 9 o'clock, we'll be Talking Birds, a great informative program about birds. At 9:30, will be Keys of the Kingdom. At 10 o'clock, will be the First Baptist Church of Randolph with Pastor Roger Haber. At 11 o'clock, will be Musical Odyssey. At 12 to 2, will be Sounds of the Emerald Isle with Jim Larkin. Again, that is 12 to 2. And from 2 to 3 is Stand Up Strong with Tony Branch and Ed Miller. Great Sunday programs here on WVBF. So, we've got about 4 minutes, a little less than that, left. We're going to do the Today in Histories for the October 18th edition of Middleboro Review. We have 2 to talk about today. 1867. The United States takes possession of Alaska after purchasing it from Russia for $7.2 million, celebrated annually in the state as Alaska Day. So today is Alaska Day. October 18th, 1867 is when the United States took possession of Alaska. 1898, the United States takes possession of Puerto Rico from Spain. October 18th, 1898, 31 years after they took possession of Alaska. Birthdays on today. Pierre Trudeau, Canadian lawyer, academic, and politician, was born on this day in 1919. He was the 15th Prime Minister of Canada. His eldest son, Justin Trudeau, became the 23rd and current Prime Minister following the 2015 election and 2019 election, and is the first Prime Minister of Canada to be a descendant of a former Prime Minister. Turning 60 today, Jean-Claude Van Damme, Belgian martial artist, actor, producer, and screenwriter. He is 60 today. He was born on this day in 1960. And passing away on this day in 1966 is S.S. Keurig, American businessman. He founded Kmart, the very popular supermarket Superstore, Kmart, and he passed away on this date in 1966. So that'll just about do it for today's program. Join us next week, because next week will be the October 25th edition of Middleboro in Review, just 6 days before Halloween. Halloween is very fast approaching, and pretty soon it will be November as well, and there'll be a lot of interesting events going on in November, and a lot of interesting things going on in November. So, I hope everyone enjoyed today's program. We will be back next week for the October the 25th edition of Middleboro in Review. And hope everyone enjoyed today's program. Have a great week, everybody. Done. All right. Thank you, everyone, for listening. And see you next week, October 25th, 2020. Bye-bye, everybody.